Hello students, this is a private class with the Millennium Teacher, also known as the Time Class, the class that teaches the lessons of life based on facts to transform, inspire, motivate, and educate you about life. You're welcome to class. In our previous class, we introduced the book Life is a Movie, a Call to Action. In today's class, we continue our lesson from chapter 1 of the book, where we are going to learn what makes life a movie. Before we proceed, for those who are new here, please endeavor to enroll for the class by following us on our social media handles on TikTok at The Private Class, on Instagram at The Millennium Teacher, on Facebook and YouTube at GMBC Vlog. Please enroll for the class and also invite others to join us in the private class so that we'll learn the lessons of life based on facts. And now to the lesson for today, chapter 1 of the book, What Makes Life a Movie. That is what you're going to study in today's class. For us to determine what makes life a movie, we will first of all need to know what is a movie. You may have your definition, you may have what you consider to be a movie, but from my point of view and according to my book, a movie is a story told about people, places, things or events that may have happened in the past or are happening presently or will be happening in the future. The story may either be based on true life occurrences, reality, or false imaginations, fictions, told convincingly with apparent authenticity and similitude. A story can be more convincing when it is not only being heard but also seen. In the days of old, and even now in some parts of the world, stories were normally told in the form of sound. I can remember vividly how people used to gather around the fireside at night. They play musical instruments and dance. At times, they even sing it. That is how they used to pass on their information. That is how they used to pass on their culture. In those days, even though the stories were interesting and people were enjoying them, but they were not that appealing to the audiences because they only heard the sounds. They were not seeing the actions of the story. And that was how movies came into existence. Movies were established in order to bring stories to life. Yes. With a movie, you don't only hear the sound of the story, you also see the action of the story. When a story is told in an audiovisual way, it appears realistic. The audience hear the words and they see the actions of the story at the same time. The combination of the words and actions of a story creates a mood swing in the audience. That is what connects their senses to the things that are happening in the story because they see it and they also hear it. Like if you are now watching a movie and you see a man holding a gun about to shoot another person, you'll be that scared. Why? Because you are seeing it. You are hearing the sound. Why the other man will be begging. The other one will be saying, I'm going to shoot you. Something like that in the movie. You are not only hearing it, you are also seeing the action. And so you will react because of what you are hearing and seeing. So a movie is not an audio. It is a video consisting of both sound and actions. Audio, visual. That is what a movie is. So now we know the meaning of a movie. We may want to know, how does that relate to life? What makes life a movie? Well, in life, we all have stories to tell, either about ourselves or other people, places, things, or events that may have happened in the past, or events that are happening now, or events that will be happening later in the future. But those stories might either be true life stories or false imaginations or lies, fictions we put together to convince one another. In the stories of our lives, we as the actors say so many things. We do so many things in order to convince those who are listening and watching us. And when they hear and see what we say and do, they get to relate to us based on what we are portraying to them. Because life is a movie. Every day of your life, you are acting a movie. Everything you do, you are acting a movie. In his play titled As You Like It, William Shakespeare wrote, and I quote, "All the world is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts." I agree with Shakespeare on the fact that the world is a stage. But to emphasize on that statement, I have concluded that life is a movie and the world is its stage or screen where all is acted, with the daily life activities or events performed by people known as actors and watched by people known as spectators. Every area of life you find yourself, you are acting a movie. Like Shakespeare said, you portray so many parts in your lifetime. You play so many roles. At one time, you'll be seen at home with your family. At another time, you'll be seen in the street with other people. At another time, you'll be seen in the office working. At another time, you'll be seen in the church or somewhere else doing other things. Why? Because life is a movie. And this movie is a continuous movie. You are always acting. Every day of your life, you are on set, acting the movie called life. So you must be mindful of that. Movies are not only being acted, they are also being watched. So whatever you are doing in this life, you are acting. And since you are acting, people are also watching you. And people relate to you based on your words and actions. Why? Because life is a movie. Every area of life you find yourself is a movie. Marriage is a movie. Education is a movie. Business is a movie. Employment is a movie. Governance is a movie. Religion is a movie. Every area and aspect of life is a movie. And every man and woman is a character playing various roles in that movie. The movie life will be interesting if we all play our various roles very well. So this takes us to the end of the class for today. And I believe you have learned something. In case you haven't understood anything yet, please follow up on the class. We just started. There are so many things you are going to learn from Life is a Movie. Continue following up on the class and you will learn so many. Also invite other people to join us. Till we meet again, I have been your teacher, Solomon Joseph Kekora. Class dismissed.